Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss about the initialization and finalization section. Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss about the initialization and finalization section of the Delphi unit. So in Delphi unit we have four sections basically: interface, uh, implementation, initialization and finalization section. So initialization and finalization section we will see in this video. So initialization section is the optional section. An initialization section contains the statement that are executed in order in which they appear in the program startup. So when the program will start up, initialization section of the unit, whatever the code is written, it will get start executing. If you have defined a class or data structure, right, and you want to instantiate, right, or you want to create the object, okay, you can do in the initialization section, right. The unit of the interface uses in the list, right, in the initialization section of the unit used by the client are executed in other in which the unit appear in the client uses classes. So this we'll see in the example, Delphi example, right? Now we'll come to the finalization section. The finalization section is optional and it appear only if the unit have the initialization section. So if you have initialized anything that no, uh, suppose we are creating the memory, right? We are creating object. That means we are creating the memory. We are assigning some memory, so we need to free it, right? So that free part we can write in the finalization section. It contains the statement that are executed whenever the main program terminates. So when the main program close, it start executing the finalization section. The use of the finalization section to free resource that are allocated in the initialization section that we said. Finalization section are they executed in the opposite order from the initialization section. So suppose initialization section uh, unit size uses, I have written the unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3, right? So when we start the program, unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3, it in this sequence it will execute, right? But in the finalization section, when the program will close, the finalization section it will execute in the unit 3, unit 2, and unit 1. This will see with example. Once the unit initialization section start to execute, the corresponding finalization sections is guaranteed to execute whenever the application shut down. Right? So we'll take one example and we'll understand it. So we'll come to the Delphi coding part. So I have created three unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3. So each unit I have created one class, test one class, okay, just put one procedure. And for this test one class, I'm creating the variable of t test class, t test one class, okay, and I'm creating the instance of the t test one class in initialization section, and in the finalization section just I'm freeing this object. I'm just putting the message so that we can see that which section are getting execute, right, which order, okay. So in the initialization section, just I am putting the unit 1 initialization section start, and unit finalization section unit 1 finalization section start. Similar way in unit 2 also I have created an object class test t test 2, okay, and then just creating the variable, taking the variable of the t test 2 type, and in initialization section I'm creating the object and just displaying the message unit 2 initialization section start. In finalization section, similar way like unit 1, showing the message and freeing the object. The same thing I am repeating in the unit 3. So unit 3 created a class and creating the object in the initialization section of the test 3 class, and finalization section I'm freeing, and similar I just putting the message so that we can see that uh, the order we are going to check, right, which order it will go and execute. What I'm doing now, the unit 1 I have given the reference of unit 2 and unit 3, right? So as you said that when the program will start, right, whichever the order the unit is mentioned here, okay, it will initialization section will get execute. So that means unit 2 and unit 3 initialization section will get execute, right? Unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3. But in the finalization section will execute whenever you close the program, right? It will in the reverse order, right? So it will go in this way. So let's see that. Run the application and we'll see that. So what is happening here the unit 2 is getting pop up first, right? So unit 2 initialization section is started before the form 1, unit 1, whatever the form we have, right? This form is not getting even created, right? So first the initialization section will get executed, right? So unit 2 is getting executed. After that, if you see that the unit 3 initialization section is getting executed. Fine, unit 3 initialization section is getting executed. Unit 3 initialization, right? Then finally it will come to the unit 1 where the program is started execute, right? So where the we have given the reference of unit 2 and unit 3, okay, in the unit 1. So finally the unit 1 initialization section will start. After that our form will open, unit 1 form will open. Fine. Now what we'll do, now when we close the application, then finalization section will start executing, right? So when I'm closing, just close the application, see. So now finalization section will execute in the reverse way, right? What happened in the initialization section, we have seen that unit 3, unit 2 and unit 1, right? Initialization section executed in this sequence. But in the final, when we close the application, terminate the application, then finalization section will get execute in the reverse way. So now unit 1 finalization section is start, then unit 3 will start, right? Here the unit 3, and after that unit 2 will get execute, right? So this is all about the initialization and finalization section.